Hello, my dear students. Welcome to our GSS Chemistry channel. In today's class, we are dealing with the most important topic of inorganic chemistry, namely hybridization on the central atom of a covalent molecule or molecular ion. You have to guess the hybridization. For that purpose, now we are dealing with a trick, super trick you can call, how to imagine the hybridization on the central atom of a covalent molecule. That topic is now considered, it is a part of inorganic. Particularly from chemical bonding. You know pretty well why is this hybridization introduced? Just to explain the sigma bond formation of the covalent bond, and also sigma bond is always directional. How is the direction of the covalent bond, sigma bond, is oriented in a molecule? If you consider the total number of bonds present in the covalent molecule, depending upon the direction and orientation, you can give the particular structure for the given molecule. Okay. So first of all, let us know the trick to guess the hybridization of central atom of the covalent molecule. Except the central atom, if you take the remaining atoms around it, how are they oriented? Hybridization concept is more useful to guess the structure, and finally you can write the actual structure that is present in the molecule. Okay. Now first let us consider the types of hybridizations. That are existing in chemistry, both in organic and organic. Organic chemistry we are having carbon compounds. Their carbon always undergoes only three types of hybridization. Do you know? sp, sp2, sp3, right? But in the case of inorganic compounds, it is extended. D orbital involvement is also there in the hybridization to give a particular peculiar structure. Okay. So now first of all, you have to know the hybridizations. And that very important fact is the number relating to this hybridization. Particular number relating to hybridization. First let us consider hybridizations. One is sp, the other one is sp2, third one is sp3. Up to this extent you know well. Fourth one is d orbital involvement is there, sp3d, or you can write sometimes dsp3. That depends upon the nature of the metal ion. Similarly, you can take sp3d2 or sometimes d2sp3. Both means one and the same, but magnetic activity will be different for those types of hybridizations. And finally one more, that is sp3d3, or you can write it as d3sp3. These three cases are important in the case of coordination compounds. Apart from this, you can also take here dsp hybridization. There is a peculiar shape, peculiar structure, and peculiar hybridization taking place on particular metal, D block metallic ions in the complexes. Later, as a special case, we will consider that hybridization. So these are the general hybridizations taking place in the inorganic compounds as well as organic compounds. sp, sp2, sp3, sp3d, sp3d2, sp3d3. In the case of sp hybridization, one s orbital is combining with one p orbital to give two equivalent energy equivalent sp hybrid orbitals. So how many orbitals are participating there? 1 plus 1. So number is 2. That number you have to remember. In the case of sp hybridization, total number of orbitals participating is equal to 2. That number, basing on this number, we will guess the hybridization. That is the logic here. Right? sp2 1 plus 2, there will be 3. sp3 1 plus 3, there will be 4 orbitals involvement in this hybridization. In the case of sp3d, 1 plus 3 plus 1, totally there are 5 orbitals involvement. In this case d orbital is also involved, of course. Totally there are 5 orbitals, number is 5. sp3d2, if you consider 1 plus 3 plus 2, that is equal to 6. And finally sp3d3, 1 plus 3 plus 3, so that is equal to 7. In this way, basing on this hybridization, you are allotting number for each hybridization. For each hybridization, you are allotting a number. Basing on this number, now we will adapt the trick. Trick will be now here. What is the trick you are adapting here? Rules we will consider now. We have to always take only covalent molecules. For neutral molecules, formula, what is the formula that is adapted here? Is equal to half into G plus M. Half into G plus M, where G is equal to group number of the central atom of a covalent molecule. Central atom of a covalent molecule. M is the number of monovalent atoms. Number of monovalent atoms around the central atom of the covalent molecule. This is it. You have to take here only monovalent atoms. What are the monovalent atoms here? Hydrogen. Valence is always 1. Similarly, halogens. That means F, Cl, Br, I. When this is not the central atom, when the halogen atoms are present as the surrounding atoms around the central atom, then the valency of the halogens will be taken as 1 only. Okay? These are the monovalent atoms. You have to count the number of monovalent atoms around the central atom. That becomes M. Oxygen you can take, nitrogen you can take. Oxygen is divalent, nitrogen is trivalent. These are not monovalent. These are not monovalent. So you need not consider these. You need not consider those atoms when they are around the central atom. You need not count them. So this is the way you have to adapt the formula half into G plus M. Right? In the case of anions, for anions, formula is equal to half into G plus M plus A. G is the group number, M is the monovalent atoms, A is the numerical value of the charge of anion. You have to take only numerical value. Suppose SO4 minus 2 you have to take. That is to be added here. Okay. Similarly, for cations, formula is equal to half into G plus M minus C. G is the group number, M is the number of monovalent atoms, where C is equal to numerical value of charge of cation. Suppose you can take any cation like NH4 plus only the charge. Like that you have to take charge of the cation only you have to take, that is subtracted, minus the charge of the cation. In this way you have to adapt these rules in order to find the number relating to hybridization. If you are able to calculate the number basing on this relating to this hybridization, now we can easily guess the hybridization very much easily. So first note it. Later we will consider the examples. Now let us consider some examples to guess the hybridization only, not the structure, not the actual structure, not the number of pi bonds, not that type of pi bond. That is separate topic. In part 2 we will consider all those. At present just guessing the hybridization on the central atomic covalent molecule ion. Right? First of all, H2O half into neutral molecule G plus M, where G is the group number of central atom. What is the central atom here? Oxygen. What is the group number of oxygen? 6. Plus, how many surrounding atoms are there? 2 hydrogens. Hydrogen is monovalent. So, number of monovalent atoms, there are 2. So, this is equal to 8 by 2. This is equal to 4. When 4 is obtained, what is the hybridization? Please tell me. Refer to the list. It is sp3 hybridization. Right? Over. Similarly, you can take here NH3 half into what is the group number of nitrogen? 5th group, right? Surrounding atoms, hydrogens. Hydrogens are monovalent. There are 3 hydrogens. Number of monovalent atoms is equal to 3. So 5 plus 3. This is equal to 8 by 2. Once again 4. 4 means what is the hybridization? Please tell me. sp3. Once again sp3, right? Similarly, you can take here methane. Next, methane. Half into central atom is carbon. Surrounding atoms are hydrogens. There are 4 hydrogens. Central atoms will be only 1 atom always. You have to take only 1 central atom. Then only this hybridization can be guessed easily. So here half into CH4, C carbon group number 4. How many surrounding atoms are there? 4 hydrogens. Every hydrogen is monovalent. So number of monovalent atoms is equal to 4. 4 plus 4, 8 by 2 is equal to once again 4. That means what is the hybridization? Please tell me. Once again, this is sp3 hybridization. Right? Now let us consider the remaining examples also. Okay? PCl3 half into phosphorus is the central atom. Phosphorus belongs to 5th group. Nitrogen phosphorus family 5th group. So group number of the central atom is equal to 5, right? Surrounding atoms are chlorines. Chlorine is not the central atom here. It is surrounding atom. For all the halogens, when they are surrounding atom, surrounding central atom, then the valency is 1. So they are treated as monovalent atoms. Number of monovalent atoms is equal to 3 here. 3 chlorines are there. 3 monovalent atoms are there. So you have to write M as 3. 5 plus 3, 8 by 2. Once again 4. Oh, all we are getting sp3 hybridization once again this also. Right? The other one, PCl5. Once again phosphorus is the central atom. You know the group number half into, what is the group number? 5. How many monovalent atoms are there? Chlorine is monovalent because it is not the central atom. There are 5 monovalent atoms, 5 plus 5. So 10 by 2, that is 5. Not 4, 5. 5 means one orbital is extended. S, P, D orbital is involved. So in the case of PCl5, you will be having sp3d hybridization. Whether it is sp3d or dsp3, you have to write the configuration, then only you can analyze. At present, remember, that is sp3d hybridization. Right? In the case of S of 6, once again we will take S of 6, half into sulfur, oxygen sulfur family. That is 6th group. Sulfur belongs to 6th group. Surrounding atoms are fluorines. All the fluorines are monovalent. Halogen is always monovalent. And thereby here, you will get here sulfur 6th group. How many surrounding atoms are there? Monovalent? 6. M is equal to 6 here. Half into 6 plus 6. 12 by 2. That is equal to 6. And 6 means 1s, 3p and 2d. So what is the hybridization here? sp3d2. Right? Okay. Next. CO2. Half into carbon in the central atom. Around those 2 oxygens are oriented in a particular direction, bonded to central carbon. Carbon belongs to 4th group, so 4. Plus surrounding atoms are oxygen. Oxygen is not monovalent, it is divalent, need not be considered. Oxygen here need not be considered. So number of monovalent atoms, no, and so it is 0. So half into 4 plus 0, 4 by 2. That is equal to 2. 4 by 2 is equal to 2. So here, what is the hybridization, please tell me? That is sp. Right? sp hybridization. Similarly, you can take SO2. Half into sulfur, 6th group, okay. Surrounding atoms, oxygens. Oxygens, nitrogens need not be counted when they are not the central atom. When they are surrounding atoms, you need not be counted as monovalent. So half into 6 plus 0 is equal to 6 by 2 is equal to 3. When it is 3, what is the hybridization? Let me know. That is sp2 hybridization, right? Similarly, you can take SO3. Once again, SO3, half into G plus M. G is 6. Monovalent atoms is equal to 0. See, this is once again 6 by 2. That is equal to 3. 3 means, what is the hybridization? sp2 once again. And in the case of SO2 as well as SO3, central atom, namely sulfur, is undergoing same type of hybridization, that is sp2 hybridization, right? Next, you have to take SnCl to SnCl, Cl3, ICl3, like these molecules you can take here. Next, SnCl2, SnCl2, the group number for tin, carbon, silicon, germanium, tin, lead. Tin belongs to 4th group. So here, half into tin belongs to 4th group, so 4. Surrounding atoms are chlorines. How many are there? Just 2. So you have to add 2 here in the place of M. That is 6 by 2. Once again 3. So what is the hybridization in the case of SnCl2? sp2. Similarly, you can take here SnCl4. SnCl4. Once again half G group number 4 plus surrounding atoms, chlorines, monovalent atoms. There are 4 monovalent atoms. So 4 plus 4, 8 by 2 is equal to 4. 4 means, what is the hybridization here? sp3, no doubt. Similarly, you can take CLF. This is more interesting example, of course. Later we will study the full structure of CLF3. It is exceptional case once again, very important from the examination point of view also. But we consider only hybridization at this stage. Half into, what is the central atom here? Cl is the central atom. Surrounding atoms are also halogens. But the central atom is halogen also. This is an example for interhalogen compound. Interhalogen compound. Cl belongs to 7th group halogen family. Surrounding atoms are how many are there? 3. Fluorine is monovalent. So 7 plus 3, 10 by 2, 5. So when there is 5 orbitals in the hybridization, what is hybridization? sp3d. So this is the way you have to recognize the hybridization whenever the molecule, neutral molecule is given. Some more examples I want to consider in the case of these neutral molecules. So here I am removing this, wiping out up to some extent here. To consider some more examples of neutral molecules. Right? Inert gas compounds, xenon is able to give the inert gas compounds, that is exceptional case, XeF2, XeF4, XeF6. Similarly, XeOF4, XeO2F2, XeO3, also XeO4. 2 fluorines are replaced by 1 oxygen, 4 fluorines are replaced by 2 oxygens, 6 fluorines are replaced by 3 oxygens, and 1 more oxygen are here. XeF4 is also there, which is explosive. And so XeF2, XeF4, XeF6, XeOF4, XeO2F2, dioxidifluoride, xenon trioxide, xenon tetroxide, and xenon oxyfluoride, monoxide tetrafluoride, dioxidifluoride, like this. Xenon difluoride, xenon tetrafluoride, xenon hexafluoride. In this way, we are considering the inert gas compounds. Xenon is able to give the compounds. It is having some affinity, of course. It is exceptional from the inert gases. We have to guess the hybridization. All these are neutral molecules. 1 XeF2, please let me know. Central atomic xenon. For the inert gases, the central atom belongs to 8th group. M8 groups, they are called. That means valence electrons is equal to 8. That number you have to write here. Group number means M8 group. Valence electrons is equal to 8. So that you have to consider for the inert gas compounds. G is group number of the inert gas 8 plus surrounding atoms, fluorines, monovalent atoms is equal to 2, 8 plus 2, 10 by 2, this is equal to 5. 5 means what is the hybridization? In the case of XeF2, sp3d is the hybridization, right? Okay. Next, XeF4, half into Xe belongs to 8th group. There are 4 monovalent fluorine atoms. So 4, M is equal to 4, 12 by 2, this is equal to 6. So here, what is the hybridization? sp3d2, right? Similarly, XeF6, half into 8th group, xenon, plus surrounding atoms, fluorine atoms, 6 are there, and so 6 monovalent atoms, 14 by 2, that is equal to 7. That is equal to 7. 7 means, what is the hybridization, please? sp3d3. Okay. Similarly, we can consider, okay, the remaining molecules also. XeOF4, Xe, half into G means 8. Oxygen you need not count because it is divalent. Number of monovalent atoms is equal to only 4. So there are 4 fluorine atoms. 12 by 2 is equal to 6. So what is the hybridization in the case of XeO4? sp3d2. sp3d2 is the hybridization in the case of XeOF4. Similarly, XeO2F2 half into what is G group number, that is 8. Number of monovalent atoms is only 2. Oxygen is not monovalent, you need not count it. So 2 fluorines. 8 plus 2, 10 by 2, this is equal to 5. When this is 5, what is hybridization? sp3d. Right. Next, XeO3 half into xenon 8, number of monovalent atoms 0, oxygen need not be counted. So 8 plus 0, 8 by 2 is equal to 4. That means what is the hybridization on XeO3? sp3, right? Similarly, you can take XeO4 also, half into xenon 8, number of monovalent atoms is equal to 0, so 8 plus 0, 8 by 2 is equal to 4, right? Once again, in this case also, xenon undergoes sp3 hybridization, okay? 2 more examples I am considering. Please note it quickly. Okay, how to guess the hybridization. 2 more important examples I am giving you. ClF3, IF5, IF7. These are central organic compounds. ClF3, ClF5, IF5, BRF5, IF7 only exists. BRF7, ClF7 do not exist. This is only due to the larger size of the iodine atom. It can accommodate 7 fluorine atoms around it. So it is existing. Now IF5, let us take central atom is iodine. Number of monovalent atoms surrounding it, fluorines, 5 fluorines, 5. M is equal to 5. I is equal to 7 here, 7th group, plus 5 monovalent atoms. 12 by 2 is equal to 6. So what is the hybridization? 6 means this is sp3d2, right? sp3d2. Similarly, you can take IF7, half into iodine belongs to 7th group. Number of monovalent atoms is equal to 7. 7 plus 7, 14 by 2 is equal to 7 once again. So IF7 corresponds to sp3d3 hybridization. Right? This is the way you have to guess the hybridization for neutral molecules. Any neutral molecule you can take, that should be a covalent compound. The central atom you have to take, consider the group number, count the number of monovalent atoms, adapt the formula half into G plus M. Whatever number is obtained, the hybridization corresponding to that number is selected there. That is the correct prediction of hybridization for a covalent molecule. Around the central atom you have to take the hybridization. Okay, please note it. Some more anions and cations we will consider examples. Now let us consider some anions and their hybridization on the central atom in the case of anion also. First of all, we will considering the oxyanions of chlorine, ClO minus, ClO2 minus, ClO3 minus, ClO4 minus. In all these anions, hypochlorite, chlorite, chlorate, perchlorate, the central atom is chlorine, surrounding atoms are oxygens. Peculiarity. Surrounding atoms are not monovalent. You need not count the surrounding atoms because they are divalent. That means hybridization depends upon the atomic number, the group number of the central atom only, plus charge. All these are carrying only the same charge, -1, -1, -1. So what is the formula here? In the case of oxyanions of chlorine, in all the cases, same hybridization exists. Formula half into G group number of the central atom, Central atom chlorine here in all cases chlorine central atom. So 7 plus number of monovalent atoms 0, 0, 0, 0. In all cases number of monovalent atoms will be 0. Plus charge of the anion, numerical value of the charge of the anion, -1, -1, -1, 1. In all these cases the charge is 1. Numerical value you have to take, not the sign. So +1. What is the total value? 8/2. That is equal to 4. 4 means what is the hybridization? sp3 hybridization. So in all these cases, chlorine undergoes the same type of hybridization, namely sp3. Right? Okay. In the case of SO3 2-, central atom is oxygen, half into sulfur belongs to 6 group, as you know. Number of surrounding atoms is equal to 0, monovalent atoms. Oxygen is divalent, unit count plus 0. Charge of the anion, numerical value 2. That you have to add. 6 plus 2, 8/2. That is equal to 4. Once again, in the case of SO3, in the case of oxygen and sulfur also, the hybridization depends upon the group number of central atom plus charge. That's all. So here this is undergoing sp3 once again. Even you can take SO4. If you write SO4 here, SO4 2- like this. Central atom is sulfur, 6 group, oxygen not monovalent. So number of monovalent atoms is equal to 0, charge is equal to 2 - 2, 6 plus 2, 8/4, 4. Once again, in the case of SO4 2-, it is also undergoing same hybridization as SO3. Now let us take CO3 2-, CO3 2-, half into G, group number of central atom. Central atom is carbon. It belongs to 4th group, 4. Number of monovalent atoms 0. Plus what is the charge of the anion? 2- means you have to take the numerical value 2. So this is equal to 6/2. This is equal to 3. So what is the hybridization here? In the case of CO3, it is undergoing sp2 hybridization. Okay. Similarly, we can take ICl4-, ICl4-, enter halogen compounds and their anions. You can take here iodine central atom, okay, half into G, group number 7, iodine belongs to 7th group. Surrounding atoms, monovalent, 4 chlorine atoms are there. 4 into 1, that is equal to 4. Plus charge of the anion, -1 means numerical value 1. So this is equal to 7, 8, 4, 12. 12/2 is equal to 6. 6 means what is the hybridization here? So in this case, iodine undergoes sp3d2 hybridization. And one more peculiar example I am giving you here, I3-, triiodide ion. Very interesting example. Triiodide ion is an example of complex ion. Potassium iodide is able to dissolve iodine. Iodine dissolves in potassium iodide. Why? Due to the formation of Ka3, K plus I3-. Due to the formation of the complex potassium triiodide, iodine is soluble in Ka solution. That is the I3-, triiodide ion. It is a complex ion. If you want to write the structure, what is the central atom? There should be one central atom. And here you have to imagine like this, I2-. This is the way. Central atom is iodine, surrounding atoms are also iodines. So here, what is the central atom? Iodine, belongs to 7th group. What are the surrounding atoms? 2 iodine atoms. Iodine is also monovalent. So 2 into 1, 2, so this is 2. What is the charge? -1. -1 means +1 you have to write. So this is equal to 10/2 is equal to 5. So what is the hybridization here in this case? In this case, the hybridization is 5sp3d. sp3d hybridization. So in the case of I3- ion, triiodide ion, it is a complex ion. Very interesting example. Triiodide ion is a complex ion. You have to imagine in this way only. This is the central atom, this is the surrounding atoms. Right. In this way, you can take any anion and you can analyze and you can easily guess the hybridization, what is going to happen there. Okay? And one more, for cation also let us apply. Cations are not many, just I will take only one example for cation. That is NH4 plus cation. Cation. Only one example I am giving you here, NH4 plus. This is cation. What is the surrounding atom here? Hydrogens are surrounding atoms. Nitrogen is the central atom. Charge is +1. Nitrogen belongs to fifth group. Okay. That means G is equal to 5 here. Plus surrounding atoms are hydrogens, 4 hydrogens. Hydrogen is monovalent. So 4 into 1, 4. Plus +1 charge. +1 charge means minus C. Charge of the cation is to be subtracted. -1. This is equal to 8 by 2 is equal to 4. 4 means what is the hybridization on this ammonium ion? What is the hybridization? The hybridization on nitrogen here is equal to sp3. In this way, for cation also you can take, for anions also you can take. Okay? In this way, when you take the examples for anions, examples for cations, examples for neutral molecules, take the central atom, write the formula, substitute the values, get the number. Basing on that number, you can easily guess the hybridization. Up to this extent, guessing hybridization is very easy. This is the first part of hybridization part. Just to know the trick, this is the super trick you can imagine, by which you are able to guess the hybridization easily. After guessing hybridization, you have to know the structure predicted. After knowing the predicted structure, you have to know the actual structure, because in deciding the actual structure, whatever position is occupied by lone pair, that position occupied by lone pair is to be deleted. Remaining structure becomes the actual structure. After noting the actual structure, you have to note the number of pi bonds. After noting the number of pi bonds, what type of bond are present in how many? P pi bonding, D pi bonding, P pi D pi bonding. These types of pi bonds are there. How many of these is present in the number of pi bonds there? You have to guess all these. So hybridization first part is over. This is a trick. For that, basing on that, you can develop the subjects, how to write the matter, that is a purpose, that is a separate view, and how to write the actual structure and how to write the number of pi bonds, how to write the types of bonds. That we will consider in the next lecture. Okay? Please note it. Thank you very much for your kind watching of my video lecture. I hope that you are able to follow and how to guess the hybridization very much easily. I hope that you can appreciate, you all can appreciate this trick to know the hybridization. Okay? In the next class, we will discuss other aspects of hybridization. Thank you very much.